This is the panda corydoras, uh, spawning after a water change. You can see the female, which is right here. She's looking for somewhere to put the egg now. And these males are harassing her, of course. Pandas do a interesting thing where they get in what's called the T position, where basically the male gets into a position with the female where he can pretty much inject sperm uh, into her mouth, down the bottom of her body. I'm not really sure how it happens. All I know is that it will go back and actually fertilize the egg that she is clamping in between her lower fins. I'll try to see if I can actually get a close-up of her holding the egg, if she'll let me. But basically, after that position happens, you'll see the female run off and look for a safe place to put the eggs. And there's the T position. It happens really quick. There's two females in here and three females and four males in here. But it's one of the more interesting things to watch in the fish kingdom, in my opinion. We have lots of fun with our pandas. There's our beta also. You can see her up here now. She literally just put an egg in there. We use the 100% acrylic yarn for a spawning mop. We also do Easter grass back there. Honestly, whichever one you put in front of a power head, like we have there, whichever one is in front of that is the one they're going to use. They're smart enough to know that they have to put the egg somewhere where it will get ventilation. Otherwise, the egg will mold. Well, if you have corydoras at home and yours ever start doing this sporadic behavior where they're all pretty much dogpiling on one fish, that one fish is the female and the others are the males. Like I said, she will hold the egg with her anal fins clamped. And if she goes up, you can actually look and see through the transparent anal fin and see her holding the egg. Like right now, I wish I could actually catch her. You'll notice she has her lower fin there clamped, where it looks like one single fin. And you notice on the males, theirs are obviously not clamped together. They're not holding anything like she is. I mean, sometimes they'll deposit straight on the glass. I apologize for the shaky camera. I'm trying to watch as well. I'm still fascinated, even though I've seen this hundreds of times. We actually have fake plants and real plants in here. We have the small swords, anubias, regular swords, and then the fake grass here that we use actually because the cories, when they're small, they'll actually get in there and hide. They like it for cover. Well, you notice her lower fins are clamped together. She's literally holding an egg right now. Several times I've had them just stick them straight on the glass. Typically, if they put them on the glass, one of the males will come behind it and eat it. So the spawning moth is definitely your friend in this situation. Sometimes, like I said, you can even see through the anal fins and see the egg. You'll notice when she actually lays the egg, she will unclamp her fins and then they will spawn again. Or if they're going to actually let up on her long enough for her to deposit the egg. And also, if you see your corydoras actually, oh, here she goes. She didn't drop it yet. She was gonna put it in that mop, but she didn't. She's still clamped. Also, what I was saying is if you see your corydoras, oh, there she goes. She's about to let it go. Anyways, if you see your corydoras, a group of them all in this sporadic behavior here, and she just laid the egg. See, the fins are back open. There is eggs somewhere in there. I don't want to go in right now and get them, but I'll wait till in the morning and I'll come through and dig around in here and show you guys these eggs coming out. But back to what I've tried to say about 15 times now. If you notice your corydoras spawning, doing this sporadic behavior of all of them piled up on one fish, you'll see one or two, or however big your group is. You'll notice other fish that are not involved. Those are typically your other females that are not spawning at that time. Like, more than likely, I'm guessing this one here is a female, and this one here in the corner is a female. And also the females are larger. And this is our rescue beta. Actually, we wound up with him because people know they can just drop stuff off here and we'll take care of it. But he has come a long way in gaining some of his fins back. He had one of the worst cases of fin rot I've ever seen. I have to do a before and after video of him as well. He is super thick, very healthy. And there is 2 male betas in here. And that is typically a no-no, but ask me if I care. No. If I saw anything actually happening between the two of any kind of dominance, there's the T position. This is the male in front and the female in back. He is literally inserting sperm through her that will then be used to fertilize the egg that she has clamped in her fins. When she leaves here, you will see her fins are clamped together. It's one of the craziest things ever in nature. Again, I apologize for the crappy filming. I am just as amused by this stuff still as you guys. Let's just focus right here and see where this one goes. And fins clamped. She has the egg. It's amazing. I can't believe I just caught that on video. I was just talking about it and it finally happened. So two of the three females in here are spawning now at the same time. Very cool. Another thing that some people don't know, I think, maybe they don't know, but when a fish spawns, it releases a hormone into the water that will trigger other fish in the same tank to spawn, and it doesn't even have to be the same species. I have heard of people using corydoras or angelfish or anything like that really to trigger other fish to spawn, even so much as taking just some of the water out of that tank and adding it to another tank to get that tank to start spawning as well. It's also another reason why you'll see breeders start having all their fish spawn or breeding at once, is because most of them are on a automatic system where everything is tied together, so what water is in one tank is in all tanks. When one spawns, they all are able to be triggered, which is actually very good for the breeder. Again, I apologize for this is terrible video footage. I'll get better as I go. I've got to get to where I'm not just blown away by this stuff myself, so I can actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Again, they're so cool. Yeah, that one right there, fins clamped. Looking for somewhere to deposit the egg. And when I say fins clamped, I mean the fins on the bottom of the fish. The actual anal fins. They have two paired fins. Two fins just alike. You'll notice the smaller fish here are open, separated. Where the larger one is the female, she has hers clamped because she is holding the egg. And she probably just deposited that egg. And she did. They're open. Let's see if we can find that egg. Egg right there in front of us. Alright, guys. It's going to come into view in just a second. Maybe. Egg. Finally caught it in action. Let's see. We are right there. Egg. Gotta love it. What we actually do, we take those eggs and simply put them in the bowl. I cut a hole on each end of the bowl, here and here. Stuff those with filter floss, that way it has flow to be able to go through, in and out, where the water doesn't stagnate. And we'll let the fry go for, I don't know, sometimes 3 or 4 weeks before they actually transfer them to a different tank. They'll maybe stay in that tank, or excuse me, a bigger container. We actually use a deli container. It'll stay in there for maybe another 3 weeks. After about a month and a half, they come right back in here. I think we have 10 in here currently. The corydoras are one of my favorite species by far. I highly suggest these pretty much for any setup where there's not fish that can eat them. Even in a cichlid tank, if the cichlids are on the smaller side, maybe the 6-inch mark at most, you can look into the hognose corydoras. It's basically a green corydora that gets up to about 4 inches and about probably 1 inch in diameter nearly. It's a massive fish. Very cool corydoras. They can go with bigger species. These are your typical pandas. I can't get away from these. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any suggestions or anything you want to see or any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Hope you guys enjoyed.